Have you ever been told that spending too much time alone makes you weird, antisocial, maybe even broken? Good, let them talk. Because the truth is the opposite. People who enjoy being alone aren't lonely. They're built different. What looks like isolation is often strength. Quiet power most people can't recognize because they're addicted to noise. In a world that worships constant connection, choosing solitude gets labeled as unhealthy. But history says otherwise. Some of the sharpest minds deliberately stepped away from crowds, not because they were damaged, but because they were disciplined. Carl Jung put it plainly. Loneliness isn't being alone, it's being unable to express what matters. Solitude isn't emptiness, it's clarity. The Stoics understood this too. Marcus Aurelius would retreat into silence to reset his mind, writing that nowhere is quieter than your own soul. Today, psychology backs it up. People comfortable with alone time often show higher creativity, independence, and self-awareness. They don't fear silence, they use it. So in this video, we'll uncover 5 hidden strengths that make people who like being alone not just different, but rare and unstoppable. Strength number 1, loyalty. Deep, rare, unshakable. When you first meet someone who prefers being alone, they might seem distant, hard to read, hard to reach. They don't chase crowds, they don't collect friends like trophies, and they definitely don't waste energy on shallow connections. But here's what most people miss. Because their circle is small, their loyalty runs deep. For someone who values solitude, friendship and love are never casual. If you're in their life, it's not by accident. It's because you matter. They chose you, carefully. And once you earn their trust, you're holding something rare. They won't betray you for convenience. They won't disappear when things get messy. And they won't tolerate lies just to keep the peace. To them, loyalty isn't a vibe, it's a standard. It's sacred. Extroverts might have 100 contacts. Solitary people have a handful. But for that handful, they show up. Quietly, consistently, completely. And listen, these people would rather walk alone than walk beside someone fake. So if a person who loves solitude lets you into their inner world, understand this. You're not just another name in their phone. You're chosen. You're family. And their loyalty, once given, is stronger than steel. Strength number 2, calm confidence, quiet power. People love to assume that someone who enjoys being alone is shy, insecure, or socially anxious. That's a weak read. Real confidence doesn't need constant talking, posting, or proving. Calm confidence is the ability to sit in silence without feeling awkward, because you're not trying to win approval. You already know who you are. That's why these people don't chase attention. They don't argue to be right. They don't perform for the room. Their presence is steady, controlled, and intentional. And ironically, that's what makes others notice them more. They speak when it matters. They move with purpose. They don't over-explain. They don't beg to be understood. They let results do the talking. Here's the difference. Noise is insecurity begging for validation. Silence is strength under control. So if you're the kind of person who can be alone and still feel grounded, congrats. You're not missing something. You're ahead of most people who can't sit with their own thoughts for 5 minutes. If you've got that calm confidence, comment 1. Not to impress anyone, but to mark your status. You're the kind of person who leads yourself first. Strength number 3, comfort in solitude, being alone without falling apart. Most people can't handle being alone, not because they're social, but because silence exposes them. The moment the noise stops, their insecurities start talking. So they stay busy, stay online, stay surrounded, anything to avoid sitting with themselves. But people who truly enjoy solitude, they're built with a different kind of strength. They don't treat alone time like punishment. They treat it like a reset button. Solitude is where they recharge, think clearly, and hear their own voice again, without outside opinions hijacking their mind. They can take a walk alone, eat alone, work alone, even sit in a quiet room and feel completely fine. Not empty, not sad, just steady. That comfort is power, because it means they're not dependent on attention to feel valuable. And here's the part that scares weaker people. Someone who's comfortable alone is hard to manipulate. You can't guilt them with distance. You can't control them with approval. They don't need the crowd to feel whole. Solitude isn't their weakness, it's their training ground, where focus gets sharper and self-respect gets stronger. Strength number 4, value of time. Time is sacred. People who enjoy being alone don't just like quiet. They understand something most people don't. Time is your real currency, not money, not followers, not approval. That's why they don't waste hours on pointless hangouts, fake small talk, or relationships built on convenience. They won't show up just to be polite. They won't stay in rooms that drain them. And they won't keep people around who bring chaos, gossip, or low-value energy. They're selective because they know every yes costs them a piece of their life they'll never get back. So when a solitary person gives you their time, it means something. It's not casual. It's not random. It's deliberate. Their presence is a gift because they could be perfectly fine on their own, but they chose you anyway. And here's the truth. People who respect their own time naturally demand respect from others. They're harder to distract, harder to pressure, and harder to pull off their path. They don't live fast, they live intentional. Time is sacred to them, and that mindset makes them dangerous in the best way. Strength number 5, strong boundaries, unbreakable self-respect. People who like being alone don't build walls because they hate people. They build boundaries because they respect their peace. In a world where everyone overshares, overreacts, and demands access to you 24/7, strong boundaries are a superpower. These people don't let random opinions rent space in their head. They don't answer every message. They don't explain themselves to people who haven't earned the right to an explanation. They know the difference between connection and drain. They know the difference between feedback and noise, and they cut off what costs them their focus without guilt. That's why weak-minded people call them cold or distant. But that's just cope. The truth is, boundaries are what keep their life clean. No chaos, no fake friends, no emotional freeloaders. They don't beg to be accepted, they select. And that selection is exactly why their energy stays strong, their mind stays clear, and their standards stay high. If you protect your peace like it's non-negotiable, comment 1. Not for attention. As a status signal, you lead your life, not your notifications. So let's close this out clean. People who like being alone aren't broken. They're rare. They carry deep loyalty, calm confidence, comfort in solitude, respect for time, and strong boundaries. 5 strengths that most people will never develop because they're too addicted to noise, validation, and company they don't even like. And here's the real message. Solitude isn't the absence of people. It's the presence of self. When you're able to stand alone, you stop begging for approval. You stop settling for shallow connections. You stop letting the world dictate your worth. You become harder to manipulate, harder to distract, and harder to defeat. So if someone calls you quiet, distant, or different, don't panic. Smile. That's not an insult. That's proof you're not built like the crowd. Now tell me, which of the 5 strengths hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments, and if you're proud of your solitude, hit like and subscribe. More Stoic wisdom coming.